All right.
There it is.
There you go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
September 30th.
Let's
Going
get
down.
it.
Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, there they are, undisputed versus undisputed.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jermell and Canelo Alvarez.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Certainly want to welcome you all. New York City, Times Square,
Yes, sir.
crossroads of the world. This is the New York portion of the press tour for Canelo versus Charlo. I am Brian Custer, the host of Showtime Championship Boxing, and listen, he's back. Canelo, back with the PBC, and it all begins with a historic mega fight coming your way on September 30th. It will be an unprecedented night because it will be the first time in the four-belt era that two undisputed champions in different weight divisions will face one another. It's a matchup of two of the sport's pound for pound best, two of boxing's most explosive and electrifying fighters. Canelo Alvarez, boxing's first undisputed super middleweight champion, will be putting all four of his belts on the line against Jermell Charlo, the undisputed junior middleweight champion of the world. Canelo will be making the third defense of his WBC, WBA, IBF, and WBO world titles. Charlo will be looking to join the likes of Bud Crawford as the only male boxer to become undisputed in two different weight divisions, as well as boxing legends like Sugar Ray Leonard, Tommy Hearns, Roy Jones Jr., who successfully jumped two weight classes and became a world champion. This is a super fight, and it's a fight that Canelo Promotions, a presentation of premier boxing champions, pay-per-view event that's being promoted by Canelo Promotions and TGB Promotions as well. It goes without saying, this is a fight that everyone wants a ticket to. You can purchase your tickets right now through AXS.com. Again, AXS.com. Showtime pay-per-view broadcast will begin at a special early time of 8 p.m. Eastern. That's 5 o'clock Pacific time. And you, of course, can purchase the fight live stream through Showtime.com/pay-per-view or the Showtime app. This fight, again, is going down Saturday, September 30th in the fight capital of the world, Las Vegas, Nevada, T-Mobile Arena, and it is produced by the destination for the best in boxing, that is Showtime pay-per-view. Undisputed, unprecedented. Let me bring to the podium now one of the promoters of this fight. He's the president of TGB Promotions, Tom Brown.
Thank you, Brian. Good afternoon. Welcome, everyone. This really is a very special press conference. Undisputed versus undisputed. It's great to be back here in New York again, announcing another mega fight. It's kind of nice that this is kind of becoming a regular thing. We really appreciate you guys coming out today and the support you give our events. September 30th will be another night of history. It's pretty damn impressive what both of these men up here have accomplished, both being undisputed world champions in the four-belt era. It's also great that we have the back-to-back trainers of the year up here with Eddie Reynoso and Derek James. Canelo Alvarez is truly one of the sport's best ever. He's a legend and a hero in Mexico, and he's universally respected. He's a throwback fighter that takes on all challenges. He's boxing's biggest star today. Jermell Charlo will bring everything he's got to this fight. He's cleaned out the 154-pound division, and he's beaten every fighter he's ever faced. He's convinced that he will win this fight. Not that he can win this fight, that he will win this fight. So we've got the makings of a great matchup. This is going to be a classic old school fight. Both these guys can really crack. And I believe it's going to come down to who can adjust the best under fire, and I mean serious fire. So like Brian said, this is a super fight. This is a super fight you don't want to miss. Thank you.
Tom Brown, TGP Promotions, one of the best in the business. Let me bring to the podium now a man who, of course, led Showtime Boxing to really one of the greatest years the sport has seen, delivering mega fight after mega fight. He's, of course, going to give you more details about the fight, all the programming surrounding the televised pay-per-view portion of the evening. He is the president of Showtime Sports, Steven Espinoza.
Thanks, Brian. So far this year, Showtime Boxing has already televised 18 marquee events and much more to come. You know, year over year, we've been building and building with the strongest schedule in the sport, and now, I think perhaps, as Brian said, perhaps the biggest year in the history of Showtime Boxing. Coming off some of the biggest and most anticipated fights in recent memory, we have a special one on September 30th. Another matchup with historic implications, the first bout in the four-belt era pitting two undisputed champions. Regardless of who you're rooting for, there's no question that each of these two men are among the elite in boxing. Not just world champions, not just immensely popular, but both of them have historical achievements. Canelo, two-time fighter of the year, one of 5 Mexican fighters to have been world titleists in 4 different weight divisions, the only Mexican boxer to be undisputed. He has defeated 18 world champions in his career. Let that sink in. 18 world champion in his career. He's fought at least one world champion every year for the last 10 years. We're proud to have him back on Showtime, coming up on the 10th anniversary of his first pay-per-view, which was also a Showtime pay-per-view. Jermell Charlo has historic achievements of his own. The first ever undisputed 154-pound world champion in the four-belt era. Has defeated every fighter he's faced. He could join Terrence Crawford as the only male boxer to become undisputed in 2 weight classes in the four-belt era. But this event isn't just a big fight or a historic event. This is an opportunity, a rare opportunity to witness greatness. You know, that's a word that we throw around a lot, perhaps too much. What's the true meaning of great? What is the meaning of greatness? Greatness means not being satisfied, always wanting more. Greatness means not being satisfied with being an undisputed champion. Greatness is not being satisfied with being the first and only Mexican boxer to be undisputed, or the first and only four-belt undisputed super welterweight champion. Greatness is pushing for more challenges, more history, continuing to test the limits of your own performance. Greatness is taking tough fights, taking big challenges when you don't have to. These two fighters have the resumes, their legacies are secure, both of them are in the record books, both of them have made history. Yet here we are with this fight, because each of these two men isn't satisfied. They continue to challenge themselves fight after fight.
Thank you, Steven. Let's hear from the camps. Hear from the fighters. Hear from the trainers. Let me acknowledge gentleman to my left here, Mr. Juan Guzman, one of the assistant trainers there, of course, of Jermell Charlo, former champion as well. We're coming to the podium now, the 2022 Boxing Writers Ring Magazine Trainer of the Year, Mr. Derek James.
Hello again, happy to be here. I think that this is a fight that Jermell Charlo has always wanted, the type of fight that he always needed to launch him into superstardom. I believe that Canelo Alvarez is a great fighter. He has a great trainer. He's been very consistent over the years, and that's really hard to do in boxing, is to be so consistent for so many years. So it's all about us coming in and doing what we do best, and that's for Jermell to come out of the fight successful, and it's up to Canelo to do the same. He's going to try to do the same. So for us, let's look for a great and exciting night of boxing. I believe that's what it's going to be, a great, very exciting night of boxing. Thank you.
Thank you, Derek. Coming to the podium now, head trainer, also a manager of Canelo Alvarez. He's a two-time trainer of the year, the latest in 2021, Mr. Eddie Reynoso. By the way, Felix de Jesus will do the translation.
Buenas tardes, pues aquí estamos otra vez aquí en Nueva York. Creo que anunciando una de las mejores peleas que va a haber en los últimos tiempos. Los estilos hacen peleas y creo que esta pelea, tanto Charlo como con Canelo, tienen el estilo para hacer una gran pelea.
Good afternoon. It's a pleasure to be back in New York City, and again the great fights that we always have, and this is going to be styles that are going to be in the ring, and we're going to see the best fights like we always do.
Respetamos mucho el equipo de Charlo, la verdad un gran entrenador, Derrick. Charlo, un gran campeón, un peleador con mucho corazón que se ha levantado de derrotas para seguir adelante en su carrera y todo eso lo hace más peligroso aún.
We respect the Charlo camp, his trainer Derek James, of course Jermell Charlo, and what they've done, he's recuperated from a loss that he had to come back and be in the big fights.
Nosotros de nuestra parte, como siempre, prepararnos bien. Sabemos que es una pelea muy difícil, muy peligrosa y pues estamos haciendo las cosas lo mejor que se puede y pues nos vemos el 30 de septiembre porque van a ver una gran pelea y van a ver a un Canelo muy diferente a las últimas peleas.
Again, we know it's going to be a difficult fight. We respect Charlo as a fighter, but from our end, we're going to get well prepared like we always do. And September 30th, you're going to see an all-out war.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Let's hear from the fighters. Coming to the podium now. Man's got a record of 35-1-1. 19 of those victories have come by knockout. He's beaten everybody that he's faced. He's one of boxing's pound-for-pound best. Unique skill, combination, knockout power, sublime boxing skills. He is the undisputed junior middleweight champion of the world. He's known as the Iron Man, Jermell Charlo.
Long time coming, really. I want to say thank you to Team Canelo, Eddie, Saul himself. They're legends in the game of boxing. They did it. They made it. They able to put on great. They able to put on great shows and great fights, and just want to be the one that get in there and take away from all of that, though. You know, it's been years. Me and my brother been putting on for boxing, and the Charlo twins, and just it's time now. You know what I mean? A lot of guys worried about the wrong things of moving up in weight and doing this and doing that. When you wanna win something this big, you gotta risk it all. And this is a part of that moment. You know, I appreciate everybody that supported me, the whole Texas gang, everybody behind me, Derek James, Warren Guzman, they've been rocking with me. Showtime been putting on a hell of a deal this year, and I'm so proud to be one of the ones that able to get in there and step up and fight. So as we move around, we do these tours and have fun. I'm training my ass off. I'm going crazy with it and gonna play it smart. So y'all tune in, lock in, pay-per-view September 30th. beat up, be square. It's finna turn up. We finna turn this shit into a whole nother ball field, and I'm excited for it. Like I gotta feed the family. We finna do it in a whole fucking different fashion. You know what I'm saying? Lions only. Love y'all, and let's go.
Coming to the podium. This man's got a record of 59, 2-2. 39 of his victories have come by knockout. Boxing's biggest superstar. Won the pound for pound greats. Surefire, first ballot Hall of Famer. You heard Steven Espinoza say he's beaten 18 world champions. He is the undisputed super middleweight champion of the world, Saul Canelo Alvarez.
Muchas gracias. Gracias a todos por estar aquí. I don't know if I let him translate in English, but I just wanna say this in Spanish because you know my people from Mexico want to know everything. I just wanna say in English this: thank you for taking this fight. You're one of the fighters I ever see because you was a great fighter, defense fighter. You fighting with Chatito Jauregui from Mexico. We are in the same gym, so I appreciate being in this position right now. And thank you to everybody support me, Al Hyman, everybody involved in this fight. I'm very happy to be in this position right now and involved in this kind of fights, big fights. You know, Jermell Charlo is a great fighter and disputed in his weight class. He take challenge like me. I always take risks, and we love being involved in these kind of fights. Al Hyman, thank you for these two Showtime, everybody involved. I think right now the best promoters are Canelo Promotion and PBC. So I'm happy to be in this position right now. And thank you, and just stay tuned in September 30 because it's going to be a great fight. Gracias a todos por estar aquí. Gracias a toda la gente que siempre me ha apoyado. Estoy muy contento de poder estar involucrado en estas peleas grandes. Agradecido con Al Hyman, obviamente, con todos, con Showtime, con todos los que están involucrados en esta pelea, con el equipo de Charlo. John Guzmán es uno de los peleadores que veía cuando iba creciendo. Eddie me lo ponía, peleó con el Chatito Jauregui, un peleador que estaba con nosotros, gran peleador defensivamente, y así que estoy muy contento de estar en esta posición y agradecido con todos. Y como lo dije en inglés, creo que ahorita la mejor promotora en el mundo creo que es Canelo Promotion y PBC, así que muy contento y es un honor estar aquí con ustedes. Gracias.
For all of you out there, we had a little joke with Canelo. We said if Felix de Jesus doesn't translate him correctly, Canelo's going to give him a left hook to the liver.
He did want to thank Joan Guzman
That's why
for the. He used to see him when
Go ahead.
I don't want that part.
All right, let's talk about the fight, guys. And you know, we'll start with the trainers. Derek James, you've been here before. You've been here, obviously, with Mel for Undisputed. Been here with Errol, become Undisputed. Talk to us about what is it going to take for Jermell Charlo to win this challenge against arguably boxing's best fighter.
Yeah, what it's going to take is just Jermell be the best version of himself, go out and be focused in training camp, focus in the fight. I believe that he'll be able to get what he needs to get because of the focus that he has and him being himself.
Eddie, if you could,
Si lo puede decir.
How is this challenge against Charlo different from any other that Canelo has faced?
Este reto frente a Charlo, ¿qué diferente es de otro reto que ha tenido Canelo durante su carrera?
Pues es un reto más. Charlo es un tremendo peleador, un boxeador que puede acabar una pelea de un solo golpe, que él tiene mucho corazón y creo que lo hace diferente a los demás.
No, it's definitely a challenge. He has a lot of heart, Charlo, and he could end the fight at any moment, so we got to be prepared for him.
Derek, any concern of Mel moving up 2 weight classes to challenge Canelo?
I think that there's always a concern with any fight, regardless of the weight division that he's in. But him moving up, I think he should be comfortable the night of the fight. And I think that, Canelo's very powerful. So, I mean, I think that we have to be conscious of that. And he's very skillful and knowledgeable about boxing. But I think that you move up, you take a challenge because you dare to be great. And I think that Jermell is daring to be great. He wants to make history to be able to do it in 2 divisions. And to be undisputed in 2 divisions at the same time, and the only thing you do.
Forms, got this new deal with PBC. Tell us why PBC and why Jermell Charlo as the first fight.
I think it's the correct moment to come here and fight with PBC. I'm glad to be here. I'm very happy. And why Jermell Charlo? I think he's a great fighter. He's one of the great fighters out there, and I think this fight for a long time is there, right? And I think it's a correct time to do this fight. He's a great fighter. I'm happy to be involved in this kind of fight, like I said, and he's a great fighter.
Mel, do you let the boxing public know what exactly is Jermell Charlo out to prove by jumping up 2 weight classes and taking on boxing's biggest star?
Well, I just really want to, quiet my haters, quiet my doubters, and turn non-believers into believers. I watched a bunch of different examples of great people in the sport of boxing, and I think this is the best time and the best moment for me. I've accomplished everything, and Canelo has as well. So by putting 2 great fighters in there, you get nothing but fireworks. And a lot of fighters talk about that, but you get true fireworks from 2 great fighters. And when the moment presents itself under this banner of PBC, it was a no questioner. It was a no-brainer to make that happen. Yeah, we both got mandatories. We both got different things, but the hell with that when you got something big is this, that you could show the world of boxing and give the world of boxing such a performance. So I'm gonna get in there and I'm gonna train my ass off. I'm gonna fight my ass off and I'm gonna be intelligent. I know I'm moving up 2 weight divisions. Who cares? Who give a damn? But that don't stop what I'm gonna get in there and how I do it and the way I do it. So I'm excited for this moment.
Canelo, I was reading about this fight, and a publication wrote this, quote, Canelo seems to have lost a step after the John Ryder victory. He could find himself in a real dogfight with the younger Charlo if he's taking this one for granted, end quote. How do you respond to that?
I think it's good people talking about that. It's fine. I think I don't look good in these 2 past fights, but I know that. I know why. But I'm ready. I'm different. I'm different now, and I prepare myself for a different kind of fights. Every fights are different, and this is different fight, and I'm focused on.
Mel, was reading about the fight. Boxing News wrote this, quote, this should be an easy victory for Canelo, who will have the power advantage as well as being vastly more experienced, end quote. Your reaction to that?
And fuck them, they don't like me. They never like me anyway. Them motherfuckers don't like me. They write all that crazy shit, they talk crazy about me, they talk crazy about them, Be proud of what's going on. Be happy for the fight, you know. But I don't care about them.
When you step in the ring, it will be 16 months since you last fought.
Right.
I know you've been rehabbing and all that. Will that be an issue? You always hear fighters say no, and then after the fight say, well, you know, it's been a while. The rust was there. Will that be an issue?
I don't get no excuses. I don't care about it. I don't got excuses. Whatever happens, happens. I'm not coming in there to lay down. I'm coming to win. I come to win this fight. I don't care about all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Forget what they say. I care about none of that.
Canelo, social media obviously has been ablaze about this fight. His brother said, I'm gonna let my brother beat him, and then after that, I got next. Is that your plan, to take on Mel and then Maul?
That's not my plan. That's not my plan for sure. And we'll see, right? And I'm focused 100% on this fight, and then we'll see. No, and I know everybody wants drama and everything. You know, they want to fight each other right here and talking shit. But you know, when two fighters are 100% focused like we are right now, I think it's gonna be a great fight. No joke.
Is Canelo Alvarez, in your opinion, still, because obviously people have seen Naoya Inoue, they've just seen Terrence Crawford, and everyone has all of a sudden elevated them. Is Canelo Alvarez still pound for pound the best fighter in boxing?
Look, I think they all deserve being in the top. They all deserve being in the top. Me too, right? It's due respect, say I'm the number one, or he's the number one, or the other is the number one. I think we all deserve being in the top.
Jermell, this question's simple. Tell the people and tell me why Jermell Charlo is going to win this fight September 30th.
My heart, my desire, my determination, and my guts, my will to win, speed, my power, my level of movement, my ability, my training finesse.
Canelo, same question. Tell me why Canelo Alvarez is going to win this fight against Jermell Charlo September 30th.
Oh, I have everything what he said too. And I have experience, and I've been in this position a lot of times. So, and that's why we are here, right? To find out. We'll see September 30th.
We'll wrap it up with this, guys. Last question for both of you. For everybody watching this, people who are going to go on AXS.com and buy tickets, come out to Las Vegas, all those people are going to buy Showtime pay-per-view. Jermell Charlo, what can you guarantee that they're going to get September 30th when you face Canelo Alvarez?
I know, guarantee we're going to get, it's just going to be awesome. It's going to be fireworks. It's going to be some lions roaring. That's it.
Canelo, same question. What can you guarantee the fans that they're going to get on September 30th when you face Jermell Charlo?
I'm gonna put my everything there, my experience, my power, my skills, everything to win this fight, and I think it's gonna be a great fight for the fans.
It will be an unprecedented night. For the first time in the four-belt era, you've got undisputed against undisputed fighter from the different weight division moving up the challenge and challenge themselves to be greater. It will be one heck of a night on Showtime pay-per-view, September 30th, T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas. You can purchase your tickets, AXS.com, AXS.com. Gentlemen, let's have one last face-off.
There it is. There we go. There it is.
There you have it. Undisputed versus undisputed. The Iron Man, Jermell Charlo, taking on Canelo Alvarez. Showtime pay-per-view, September 30th.